Okay. All right. We are back with another episode of Biz Mindz, and we're here with Maria. Maria is the owner of IKON, which is a boutique experiential travel company.
Correct.
Thank you so much, Maria,
You're
for
welcome.
joining us. So let's get right into it. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Where did you grow up, and how did you make your way to the Southwest Florida area?
Sure. So I'm originally from the Canary Islands, Spain. For those who don't know where the Canary Islands are, we are off the coast of Africa. Actually, we are closer to Africa than mainland Spain, but we are Spanish and we speak Spanish. I had the great fortune of meeting my husband 9 years ago in Madrid, where we got married, and then we moved to the States. The reason why we chose Florida was basically because for the travel business, we wanted to be in a place where people have passion for travel and the time to travel. So Naples for us was a great decision to come here because we knew that clientele that we set up the business for would be here.
Mm-hmm. And how long have you been in Naples?
We moved 2017 from Madrid.
2017.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. And how have you guys? Did you travel before to Naples, or was it mainly because you saw like a good place for clients? And
we travel. With the idea of where we would like to live here in the States, we travel a little bit around Florida, so like Sarasota, Miami, West Palm Beach, Tampa. When we saw Naples, we saw this is it. I mean, this is a nice place, it's safe, it's pretty, it's clean, and we like the layout, and we could see ourselves living in here.
Mm-hmm. What are the areas that your company focuses on in terms of travel?
So we focus on three main areas, and those are Portugal, Spain, and Africa. And within Africa, we do Southern and Eastern Africa.
Mm-hmm. And we were talking a little bit before getting on camera about Johanna had a question on Spain being family friendly.
Oh, yeah, sure. Spain, for those who haven't been in Spain, is a great country to go with kids, any ages. We've been catering tourists for so many years that our infrastructure, both in communications and in hotels and hospitality business, is very well built, and the kids are welcome because they have all sorts of activities to do, from museums, outdoor activities, you name it. It's great. Mostly, for example, when you are on the coastal areas like Barcelona, Valencia, Andalusia, or even the Canary Islands, where I'm from, the way the hotels are set up for families is great. It's like going to a Disney cruise, but on land. So same thing.
You would never think. I would have never imagined.
Yes, yeah. Actually, we had a lot of clients that have traveled with kids, and they keep going to Spain every year because they see, mostly when they hire a service like the one I provide, how easy it can be to move around with kids at the same time they don't get bored.
Yeah.
They are learning about culture because in Spain there is huge culture, and still they enjoy the fact of being in a different country, doing different things for all ages, where adults and kids can still be together.
Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit about the tapas nights.
Oh, I knew this was coming. So when COVID hit, as you know, the travel industry, we were for 2 years like basically stopped. So for me, it was sad because we had just basically set up the business, and we said, well, let's do something so that people can still travel, being in Naples to Spain. I love cooking. I have passion for cooking. My mom was a great cook, so everything I cook is a resemblance of her cooking. And I have also the fortune that my husband, Tony, he's a sommelier. He used to have a winery, so he knows a lot about wine. So we said, why don't we put together tapas nights so that people get to enjoy the Spanish lifestyle through food and wine. So basically, tapas nights, for those who have seen it on my Instagram account, is a wine dinner by which each plate comes from a different, or each dish comes from a different region of Spain, and it's paired with the wine from different regions of Spain too. So this is a way for you to discover the whole geography of Spain through food and wine in a short version.
Yeah, it's a great introduction, right?
Yes. Yeah, mostly because Spain, people barely know Spain. When you talk about Spain, people always say paella or gazpacho or sangria, but there is so much to Spain. You know, like we are number one olive oil producers in the world, you know, and the different type of olive oils that you can have from the Iberian ham, different dishes from north to south. We are so varied. It's like Spain is like a continent in miniature because it varies so much, the food from the north to the south, even the way we speak, the way we name the dishes, the fish. There is fish on the north that you can get in the south. So that's very rich culture to teach people before they go there and visit, because sometimes they sit on a restaurant, they look at the menu, I don't have a clue what they're looking at because they've never in their life heard about that fish, about that seafood. So tapas nights is also a way for them to know different foods. And also what I want to do is not just enjoy the food in my house, I also teach them how to purchase those food. Yeah. Because, I mean, you can buy them online. I say, well, if you're going to buy a nice, let's say, manchego cheese or Iberian ham, these are the seals and the information you need to look for to know it's authentic, it's a good brand. So I give them like a whole it's very educational. Tapas nights is fun, it's tasty, but educational at the same time.
Right.
You both do it together?
Yes. So I'm the one who cooks. And my husband, who's sitting in front of me, giving me some support today, he's the one, he's a WSET level 2 certified, so he's a sommelier. Before he did this certification, he knew a lot about wine. He's traveled to over 40 countries.
Oh, wow.
And so
that's a lot.
The souvenir he would bring me for those countries would be a bottle of wine. So he was very excited about, let's try this grape, let's try this wine. He had a wine collection in Madrid, and he knows a lot of wine. So Spain, wine for him is a great wine, and he used to own a vineyard for 10 years and make an excellent wine in Ribera del Duero area, outstanding wine.
Are you from Spain?
Now I want wine.
No, here, but my mother's Spanish. I lived 20 years in Spain.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's where we met. We met when he was living in
Spanish
Spain.
passport, so I can technically visit.
Okay.
What's your most popular dish that you've received most compliments of?
Well, I have to say that for those who have tried authentic croquetas, every time I make my croquetas, people go like... And then Tony, he has a smoker. So what I like to do with the Spanish cuisine is to adapt it a little bit to the American taste. So I include some American things. So anytime he smokes meat, the last time he did some Wagyu ribs, and I said, I'm going to take those and I'm going to make some croquetas with Wagyu rib. And that was like...
So when that is in the menu for tapas night, let us know.
Okay, definitely.
Sign up. We'll cancel any appointments we have.
Actually, you're having one on November, right? November.
Correct. The next one is yes, November 11th. Yeah.
Okay.
November 11th.
So how often do you normally have the tapas night?
So normally I try to do twice a month.
Twice a month.
And there is people that also like doing upon request. So they have a group and they say, Maria, we want to go and have tapas nights. These are our dates. So, and I actually what I do, the same way I do with my travel, is a tailor-made tapas. So I give them my menu. Yeah.
If they can request a special dish.
Yes.
That they want to learn how to cook it or.
Correct. So I have a menu already set up. And I send in the menu and I say, okay, choose 6. One of them has to be a dessert. So, because, I don't want to cook something. I want people to eat and enjoy the food. I don't want to cook something and then when they get there, it's like, well, I don't like shrimp or I don't like octopus or I don't like this texture. So they choose what they want to try and then I cook it for them.
Right.
That's very cool.
Can you take us kind of through the process of, let's say, we wanted to travel to either Spain, Portugal, or Africa, what does that process look like if we want to hire, your services?
So normally the way we work is in a very consultative way. So for us, it's very important to know you really well before we put something together, because the trip is fully customized, is highly tailor-made. So first, either in person, if the person lives in Naples, I always prefer to meet them. We go through a series of questions about your budget, how long you want to stay, the time of the year. So once I gather all that question, all that answer, then I start doing an itinerary for you. So that would be the first step. So I gather the information, put the itinerary for you, and then I sit again with my client and say, listen, this is itinerary. What do you think? So sometimes they say, we love it, let's do it. Sometimes they say, oh, how about we can change this, we can change the other. You have option because, as I said, it's tailor-made. And once the itinerary is approved, they pay the deposit, and then everything gets booked for them. And then the rest of the payment will be for, no longer than 30 days before they travel. And that will include, what I like about what we do is that it's very flexible in the sense that you don't need to hire everything through me. Let's say that you already have a place to stay in Spain or Portugal, and you said, we are staying here. How about if you can put some day trip for us, or give
Activities.
us activities or things to do, or book restaurants, like museums. So I can also do that.
And you have people in Spain that will, it's private. They don't have to do things in big groups, like if they're booking
Correct.
through you.
Yeah, all the services we provide are private. So you will have your private driver, if you want to have that service for you, your private guide, and you will be just with him. We don't normally work with other travel agencies to, make the cost less expensive.
Right.
We believe in, all of us are very savvy travelers, and we know where is the value of highly personalized service. So that's what we provide.
Right.
So the concept, I'm just trying to figure out how we went from tapas to the traveling. So it's
Because the concept is the travel.
the travel.
Yeah. Right. And
So-
the tapas is just the introduction, to get
the
you familiar
introduction
with
to-
Correct.
the cuisine, the area the cuisine comes from.
Tapas is another way, sometimes you get these events where a travel agent goes and say, hey, these are my services. And you have to read through a PDF presentation or PowerPoint presentation. I said, you know what? I think it's better to explain people what I do through food and wine.
Right.
So
That's the hook.
let's say that Tapas Nights is like a presentation of IKON through food and wine.
Right.
Yeah.
Very
Let's put it that way.
And IKON takes away the logistics and stress part
Correct.
of the
Yeah.
travel that nobody really wants to do. You guys do that, and you're knowledgeable in those areas. So
We have great teams in Portugal, Spain, and Africa as well. So they take care of everything. They take care of all the logistics, booking hotels, booking restaurants, all the transfers, everything that the client would like to include in the itinerary. We take care of everything. It's a stress-free, very seamless process of enjoying a destination without having to think. I just relaxing and enjoy.
That's amazing because you don't even. I think going to Spain or any place in Europe. What do I do? Where do I go?
And the thing is,
hop on a train.
I know.
But if you're saying that you have a personalized driver that picks you up here, takes you there, even if we go on a cruise,
Yeah,
they
that's
pick you up. That's amazing.
Yeah, and mostly, what we also do is to combine a little bit of, we like giving free time because we don't want them to feel like they are on a schedule the whole time. So if they had a very flexible itinerary, we suggest, we believe that you should leave this day free at leisure. We will still give you recommendations of things to do, but it's so that day you decide what time you get out, what time you have breakfast, what time or where you go first, because people like that flexibility as well. But they will always, another thing that we provide to our clients is what we call a 24-hour angel service. So whenever you're in the destination, you have a phone number that in the event that anything happens, or if you forget to ask me about something and you want to know about anything, you can call that number, and there is a real person that pick up the phone. We don't have someone working in another country that picks the phone. So it's one of our team members is based in Spain. So of course, when you go to Spain, when you go to Africa, it's a completely different thing. But that person will be always there for anything.
That's really cool. And where do you see, like, what vision do you have for IKON? Like, what does that look like in the next 5 years, let's say?
That's a great question. Thank you for asking me that. I think it's looking very good, mostly because now Portugal is the hottest spot in Europe to go. Everybody wants to go to Portugal. Actually, the last request, the 3 last requests I've had is for Portugal. Portugal is a great country that caters for people who are real foodies, for people who like wine, outdoor activities. Don't forget that both Portugal and Spain, they combined, they have a lot of UNESCO heritage sites, so it's very attractive to people, for people to go. Spain now, for example, in the case of Madrid, is becoming the 5-star destination in Europe, hot destination in Europe too. And we're going to host the World Cup in 2030 in Madrid. So I can see now how people that Portugal and Spain is more on the map. People really wants to go because they say, wow, this is more than I expected. As I said, people normally know Barcelona because they go on a cruise and that's where they have to take the cruise from. But they don't really know the rest of Spain, and everything that comes from Spain now is a great Michelin star restaurant chef open a restaurant here, a great terrace with an amazing cocktails opening this 4-season hotel. I mean, the amount of only just luxury hotels and bars, cocktail bars that have opened recently in Spain, it's just blooming. It's amazing.
Where do you recommend as a first timer to go in Spain? Like which city?
It depends the type of person you are. I personally love Madrid.
What type of person?
Mean, mad, angry.
Well, that for
No.
Stay home.
No.
If you are a person who likes the vibe of a big city, but yet feel like you have small neighborhoods, Madrid definitely is the one to go for. Another city that I would strongly recommend would be Seville or Granada if you want to mix it with the amazing architecture that they have in there. That would be a great place to go. Barcelona, of course, is very attractive to people. It still is.
Season, time of year. Season. What season it is also.
Oh, and of course. I mean.
What about like somewhere like that's laid back, great food, but laid back, not so
busy.
Not so busy. Like it's still really nice, but more on. How can I explain that? Like on
no party.
like more on the
More
laid
like
back.
Naples.
Yeah.
Comparing
More
like
like
Naples
Naples?
and Miami, basically.
Well, I have to say that, for example, the south of Spain really caters for that. All the area of Cádiz, Jerez, Malaga is great for that. You have a great combination of having the mountains and having the sea, so you can enjoy both.
That sounds
worlds.
nice.
And then, of course, there is one that I particularly like. That is San Sebastian, the Basque Country. It's amazing. The food there it really blows your mind. It's very good. The north of Spain is beautiful. People hardly know the north of Spain. Cantabria, País Vasco, Santander, Galicia. Galicia has, to me, the best seafood in the world. It's really good, really nice, as well as wines.
When is the best season to go over there?
Well, you see, people insist on going in summer. Summer in Spain can be really hot.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Is summer in Spain the same time summer is here?
Correct. Yeah.
It is. Okay.
We had this. We had the same seasons, the same time as here, although we only have like 2 seasons here.
Yeah.
In Spain, mostly from north to south, you can see pretty well the seasons. People love going to Spain for Christmas because, in Christmas we are very big in Spain we're very big for our Christmas celebrations for the whole month of December. The way cities are decorated is beautiful. For Christmas we have our own sweets, our own dishes, our own different things. So it's a great time to go. Actually, I have a family now going just for Christmas and New Year's. Then let's say that you want to really enjoy the summer. The north doesn't have the best weather in the summer because it may rain, but it's not going to be that hot. The south is good as well, but I have to say no because I'm from the Canary Islands. The best weather, all year round, is the Canary Islands. Yeah.
Canary Islands. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that sounds like Ibiza is in Spain. Anything part of Spain, right? Or is
Ibiza belongs to the Balearic Islands and it's on the Mediterranean coast. Okay. The Canaries are on the Atlantic coast and the Balearics are on the Mediterranean coast.
Got it.
You have Mallorca, Menorca, Ibiza, and Formentera. Those are the four islands.
Ibiza's the party one, but the other ones are more.
Yeah, Ibiza is the party. Is the party island. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is one of the things that when you started this business, you started with a plan, but then when you were already there, you were like, oh, I wasn't thinking about this.
Yeah. Actually, when we set up the business, our business was the result of a honeymoon to Africa. So we went for our honeymoon to Africa, and the one who used to be our business partner, he said, listen, I would love to sell Africa direct to clients. Why don't you set up an LLC once you move to the US? We said, great, because Tony and I, we always talked about setting something together related to food and wine, like wine and food trips. So we said, that sounds great, but let's put Spain and Portugal too, because that's what we know, that's what we love. And when you love something and you believe in something, it's so easy to sell it, and to talk about it because you've experienced it yourself.
Right.
So the three of us set up the business. I left my previous job just to start working for IKON. We even had to change the names because initially we were called Iconic Journeys, but then someone said that they were also called Iconic Travels and that was going to cause conflict, so we had to change it to IKON. Mm-hmm. So the three of us, we started. Then both of them were having their own jobs, and they said, listen, we are too busy with our job, we cannot invest more time in IKON. We can do two things, either to close the business or you, Maria, take over. And by that time I was... my son was just born. So I said, I take over. We have spent so many years, like building the website, building these relationships with our suppliers, with the communities we work with clients, like closing this. So that was a new start for me. So I said, okay, breathe in. I want to take over. So now it's just me with my team in Spain. But this is the way you start one way, and then, and then COVID, of course. Mm-hmm. With COVID, I had to think and say, okay, what can I do now during this time that people cannot travel and you still want them to feel the thrill of traveling? Mm-hmm.
Right.
So,
right. And when did you start what year was it? Because I know you went through COVID, but
we started 2017.
17. Okay.
Yeah.
So in COVID, you added in the tapas.
Correct. Yeah. The tapas was after COVID, yeah, or while COVID times. Yeah.
Got it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like in business you always have to adapt, right? Because you really don't know like how the market shifts or just all the changes that can happen.
Yes.
So yeah, I think that's really cool that from COVID kind of came the idea to do the tapas, and I think doing that is a really, like you said, it's a really smart and I think more modern way to do it than to do like a
more
PDF.
hands-on.
Yeah. Like a presentation.
You can always go to a presentation and walk out with a flyer, a pen, whatever. But at the end of the day, when everybody loves food and wine, everybody loves to eat, everybody loves having a great time, and tapas for us is a lifestyle. Mm-hmm. For us, we as Spanish people were pretty social, so we normally go out and we say, hey, let's go for tapas. Mm-hmm. And you share everything. It's about catching up with people. It's about really enjoying our food, really enjoying the wine. We savor the moments and the food and the wine. So we want to, give that experience to our clients here so that when they go to Spain, they know what it's all about.
Right.
They don't start like this, like, oh, I'm supposed to like take my tapa from the middle and Yes, that's how we do. Everybody eats from the plate, the same plate. Because I had clients at the beginning that said, well, we asked for tapas and they just put everything in the middle. We were expecting like a plate
What is a tapas?
Well, tapa basically is something that you have at the beginning of a meal that initially was something you have at the beginning of a meal, like an appetizer, just to open up your appetite, and then you will go into your main meal. Tapas have evolved a lot, mostly on the way they make the presentation and the products that they use. Basically, a tapa can be like a small, what we call a ración. It's like a small appetizer on a plate. Or then you have the other version that's called a pincho, that is a piece of bread and then with different toppings. So depending where in Spain you are, the tapas are completely different. So I cannot name you how many tapas we have because it's just like
A lot.
Too many.
Yes, too many. But that's the idea. And sometimes you just have tapas for dinner or tapas for lunch. You don't need to go into the main meal because that's your meal.
It's kind of like an appetizer.
Yeah, let's call it
shareables.
Shareables. What they like to call it here, shareables. That's because
Because you can go through a whole dinner almost, right? With tapas.
Yeah,
Like you don't have
There
to.
may be 100 tapas, and a lot of them are just individual. And in the Basque country, they actually have a wooden toothpick, and you just pick it, and then they just count how many toothpicks.
Right.
and then they charge you for how many
That's
toothpicks
how
you
they
have.
charge you.
Yeah, I heard that
That's cool.
a tapas is considered something that you grab with your hand,
Correct, yeah.
kind of food that you're.
I wouldn't
Finger
call
food.
it like finger food
foods,
because to me finger food is
Nasty.
no, it's not nasty, but it just
Yeah,
it's
your
not,
finger
it
foods,
doesn't
and I
have
think
words.
mozzarella
like-
sticks.
There's no better way to put it.
Like
I feel like in Spain, it's also kind of like South America where people get together a lot,
Yes.
no matter what time or
Yes.
what day?
I feel like here,
It's a lifestyle.
yeah, we like
Yeah.
to go out at any day, and sometimes we tell people, "Hey, let's go." No, but I work tomorrow, or I have to wake up early. So
people don't go
what?
till the weekend.
It will be
Yeah.
fun to any day. I think we fall into a routine here
Yes.
sometimes. But when we go to Peru, we're from Peru.
Yeah.
Everybody has time,
Yes.
like at all times, you know.
And
like-
birthday parties and stuff are more during the week
Yeah.
than in the
Right.
weekends.
Right.
And it's like, you don't work tomorrow? But they don't care.
Well, because like for us going out is not like eat and get drunk and being
No, it's just
the-
having a good time,
it's just
spending
having a
time
good
together.
time.
Yeah.
So that's why we can go out on a Thursday and then on Friday at
Yeah.
8:00 you are on the office in front of your computer.
Yeah.
Nothing happened.
Yeah.
They're used to that over
Very, very doable.
Yeah.
And we of course we love like the time you normally have dinner in Spain, 9:30, 10, 11.
Super
That's the
late.
time we have.
That's the time we go out.
Yeah.
Put the girls to sleep. Where do we go?
Yes.
And you guys been in business for some time, right? When you opened this business, did you was there any struggles besides your partner? Like when it, I don't know, opening a business, financial struggles, or the concept of the business, or was it? It's not a cash intensive business, is it?
Well, for me, because I was in charge of the marketing back then, marketing and product, for me, the main difficulty was how to get to people, how to market ourselves, how to be out there. So we didn't know anyone here, absolutely single person. So we started doing networking. Tony joined, BNI, I joined a couple of small groups here in Naples, and it was about like going out, meeting people and say, hey, this is IKON. We've just, for me, that was the bigger struggle because you said, well, we are a small company among other big companies in here that we all know that do travel and they've been around for many years. How can I convince this person of my services when they haven't traveled with me, when I don't have a history or, I don't have reviews or anything. So that first step is hard. And then COVID. To me, those two have been like the biggest struggles for me.
Yeah, I love what you guys are doing. I mean, the experience of someone just opening the doors of your home, it just
Very
changes the whole
personalized.
experience,
Yeah.
right? And then food, of course, unites people, and just having a good time, and that's a little bit of what we do, or for not say a lot, with the magazine that we own. That we try to put business, community, and entertainment together, and more than for business, it's just a one thing that creates connections, and I feel like you guys are doing the same. And to me, by opening the doors of your home, it's a big deal because you're bringing people,
Yes.
and then you're welcoming people. So that I love that. I love what you guys are doing.
Thank you.
We'll definitely be doing things together for sure.
We'll make sure I have croquetas on the menu.
Yes, please. And
Yeah, it's that trust, like you said, we're exposing ourselves again
Yeah.
in our home, and we're happy to do that because then we can.
How more transparent, right? Like,
Yeah.
could you get?
Because our business is trust.
Yeah.
When you buy a watch, you see the watch, you try it. When you buy travel, you don't experience it till you are in the destination.
Yeah.
Then is when you know if I'm giving you a good or bad service. So by doing the tapas night is also a way to say to people, hey, this experience you have here, the way I took care of you tonight, how everything was set up with a lot of detail, with attention to detail.
Yeah.
That's the same service that you're gonna have once you are Portugal, Spain, or Africa. Same thing. Before we came here, for a full year, I was doing interviews to the different suppliers in Spain because I needed to make sure that they were up to the standards that I needed for my clients. It was tough because, of course, I didn't know them, but at the end, I decided for 3, and it has been the best decision I've ever made business-wise because it's been like
That's what
really
what I was gonna ask you. How did you find those people? Did you travel and get to know them? Because, like you said, they represent you and your company.
Correct.
So they have to be up to your standards.
Yeah, before we moved to the States, I personally interview all of them. So I look for they are called destination management companies. So I look through those who I knew were more on the age range that I wanted to have for my clients. There were many of them that I think that the personal touch and the chemistry that you have that first time you meet each other is very important.
Oh yeah.
There were some of them that just by the way they answer the phone is like, I don't think he can be a good partner. No. So that's the way, and
There's a lot of people like that.
Lately,
That, has it ever happened with one of your clients? Like they come and because you can feel the energy, right? Especially when you're at home.
And they leave the energy in your home too.
Yeah, so some of them come like kind of like quiet, like what I'm supposed to do here, but then I step in and I start saying, welcome to Tapas Nights, this is what we're gonna do tonight, and kind of
warm them up.
I warm them up. Well, Tony warmed them up before because he served them a welcome drink. Yes. So they're already going into the zone.
Yeah.
And there's a risk there because sometimes these people don't know each other.
Right.
So you don't know that. We know our chemistry, but we don't know with those. Maybe those two people are, the polarity's there, but we've never had a bad experience. It's always there, always.
Yes. We normally say that it's 2 hours. We have people for 4 hours.
That's the hardest part is getting people to leave.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, however, it's like, it's time.
What time does it normally start?
8 p.m.
8 p.m.
Oh, so it's from.
And how many people?
So we do maximum 8 because we
8.
want to be like a very intimate experience. Hands-on experience so that people can make their questions, not being really crowded, for us to reach out, and we have a nice dining table that sits comfortably 8 people, so we can be both on each end of the table explaining and bringing the things and going through the menu. We don't want to rush. I mean, we like keeping a nice pace because it's easy when they start making questions or when I start talking about different cheese denominación origen that they can get lost. You can get lost.
Yeah.
So much you want to explain. That's why lately I decided to print out some information. So let's say that in tonight's dinner you have different Iberian cuts like lomo or chorizo, salchichon. instead of me going through all the explanation of how the Iberian pig is raised and fed and whatever, so when you leave, I said, before you leave, here is information about the Iberian ham, here's information about, for example, canned seafood, conservas, so that people can take that home, have it there, read it through, check the brands I would recommend, places where they can purchase, because otherwise you're
That's cool.
Yeah, spend the whole, night
Right.
talking.
Right. That's really nice. And you have one, like I think Johanna or Gonzalo said, you have one coming up on the 11th of
November 11th.
November
yes.
11th.
Yeah.
Is it topped already at 8 or not yet?
No, we have 4 places left.
4 left. Okay.
Yeah.
4.
What time? 8, right?
8 p.m. Yes.
We could bake
That'd be
that.
nice.
That sounds pretty cool.
If you want to whet your appetite on, there's a Jose Andres, famous Spanish chef. He's got a program where he takes his daughters through some different places in Spain. What's the Maestro Jose Andres? What's the name of the show? Is it Spain or Tasting Spain?
Tasting Spain or something like
check
that.
it out.
Yeah.
You get a
Yeah.
chance. He's an amazing.
And it's basically that's what we do at home.
Yeah.
Like take people through Spain, trying the different.
How many courses is it usually? It's not courses, right? It's tapas. So it's just, is it like,
How many tapas?
How many tapas?
or just varies?
6. No. I normally put 6.
6.
Yeah.
6
Depending on sometimes depending on who is coming, I know what they like, so I may add one more, and Tony may add throw an extra wine maybe for dessert, or but it's normally 6, and I try to keep the balance between vegetables, salads, meat, fish, seafood, so that they can
fruits?
try.
No fruits.
Not normally.
She hates fruit.
Fruit,
That's the first question I asked her.
Oh, really?
Does your tapas include fruit?
No fruit.
Okay.
Maybe
I'm sold
if,
then.
unless
With cheese, like a piece of cheese, you might have some quince.
that will be some kings, but
Or the dessert, maybe?
no, but even in the dessert,
Or on a salad, there may be some fruit.
yeah, but like fruit as a dish itself,
Typically, it's a top of-
no.
What's your favorite dessert that you guys make?
Almond cake. It's tarta de Santiago. Almond cake.
Almond cake?
It's delicious. It's very soft, juicy inside.
With a scoop of ice cream or no?
He wants
yeah,
everything.
that's
He
good.
puts like a scoop of ice cream and
Don't listen to him. He wants everything with a scoop of ice cream.
No. Like, I'm going to tell you an anecdote. We also do paellas. Tony is the paella master in the house. So
Oh, really?
Tony, we have to try your paella.
his paellas are like really good.
We do that at lunchtime.
That's normally Sunday at lunchtime, because in Spain you don't need paella for dinner. Spain,
Oh, really?
paella is a lunch thing, and you normally get together with your friends or whoever is coming, like midday, let's say at noon,
Yeah.
and they are with the person, excuse me, who is cooking. So it's not that you get and the paella is already
It's
made.
there.
So normally while the person is cooking the paella, you are chatting, having a glass of wine, a couple of tapas, appetizers, and when the paella is done, then everybody sit down, and that's what you do. You just eat paella. You don't eat paella with the salad. That comes before, and then you enjoy your big plate of paella with your wine. So once we invited some people from paella, they were from the US. And the first thing he asked was, "Do you have any Tabasco or spicy sauce?" And Tony was like, "No." It's like,
I do, but I'm not gonna.
None of my paella.
Right.
when he tried, he said, "Oh wow, no. Now I understand why you say no."
Right.
Because there is also a notion that people think that
That would be
Spanish food is spicy. We don't have spicy food. It's not spicy.
It's not
at all.
spicy.
No, not spicy at
People
all.
don't like spicy food.
Yeah.
No.
No, I just came to liking a little bit more spicy, but before I would never eat like I would never put sauce or spicy sauce or anything on my food.
No, actually, I love sauce. He actually makes fun of me because, like, the more sauce, the better. I love trying sauces and dips and all that stuff.
Well, I make my own mojo. In the Canary Islands, we have a spicy sauce that is called mojo. It can be green or red, depending on the ingredients. That can be in Spain, let's say, the only spicy thing that you will have. Yeah.
We love food, so you're selling us.
Yes.
Like,
Well, that's how I got him through food.
Foodies.
So yeah,
Yeah, I'm so hungry after this.
We're gonna have lunch.
We come from a foodie country, so
Peru is.
yeah. So she was telling me about it, and I was like, yeah, for sure, we have to try it.
yes.
Yeah.
You're more than welcome to come. It will be fun, and you will learn a lot. And we love Peruvian cuisine. Oh yes, yeah. Well, I made the other day my first ceviche. It was not bad.
Oh, really?
I love ceviche.
Is that something that you do like on the side, or you do it for the event?
We usually never
No,
supposed to
no,
eat
you-
it because it's not.
No, because it's not Spanish.
Yeah, it's not
But
Spanish.
we do it for ourselves, for sure.
Yeah, we do it for ourselves because we like. I mean, food from all over the world:
yeah.
Thai, Mexican.
Yeah, it's cool
Yeah.
experiencing all the different flavors.
Do
and
you
stuff.
do the tapas during the week, weekends?
For you, we can do it during the week because we know that you go out during the week.
10 o'clock.
Well, we adapt. That's the truth. Normally, it's on a Saturday, but if, for example, I have had people who have done the request for a Thursday or for a Friday night, so we can, equally do it. No problem.
So you're very flexible
yeah
with your customers. That's
yeah,
great.
yeah. At the end of the day, it's about everybody, feeling comfortable, having a good time, and you don't want to. People feel that they have to squeeze. your
And
tapas
everybody
in.
has so many different schedules and things
Yes.
going on, so that's
Yeah.
why sometimes it's hard. Yeah.
That's the same, for example, with travel. At the beginning, we used to put group trips together that will sell through a restaurant or through a sommelier, like a wine trip. But you realize that filling up a group with 12 people, because we don't take more than 12 people, it's just basically impossible because the time or the dates that you set for the trip is never good for everybody. Mostly people here in Naples they travel a lot. They're coming and going all the time. So that's why I stopped doing group trips unless there is someone who comes with a group already, because it's tough.
Yeah.
So the business, if there is something that I've learned a lot with this business is be flexible as a palm tree. That's the best way you can really provide a better service.
Do you guys travel with the group?
No.
No.
Oh,
No.
you don't travel with the group.
Some of them, mostly when it's in Africa, if, for example, I do it through my ex-partner, he will go with them as a guide.
Okay.
Right now, unless there is a group trip that they request me to go with them, I will go. But so far, people, they don't need me because they have
Everything is a schedule.
people-
their own guides,
And they have
private
their own
guides.
And these guys they have so much depth on the subject matter. So they have almost like a PhD in the Alhambra.
Yeah, the guides.
We would never have. We can touch the surface. But
Yeah. The guides we have are, first of all, they're official guides, so they're registered official guides, and some of them have PhD. They have studied history, arts, politics. Is people who is very, very knowledgeable, perfect command of English or 3 or 4 more languages. They are impressive. I had people that have gone previously to Spain, and then I come back using my services with my guides, and even calling me from there and saying, "Oh my gosh, we've been in Toledo 2 times. We've never enjoyed Toledo as much as now because, the amount of knowledge and information he gave us, the way he showed us Toledo, how we entered Toledo, the way it was just incredible." So it makes a difference to use someone who is really knowledgeable rather than using a local. That many people do. Many people, they go online and say, "Oh, well, but I can hire a local guide, and I can see Toledo for $50. And I say, "Go." That guy probably is someone who lives in Toledo and knows everything in Toledo and take him around. But it's probably someone that if you ask him for why this building is here and why it has this feature and the other one has another feature, probably he won't be able to tell you.
Right.
That's a very good
How long
point.
you guys been in Naples?
2007.
7 years
7 years?
Yeah.
coming up.
What do you think about the new Naples? Like how, if it's grown a lot, right?
Personally, we love the fact to see more families and more children.
Yes.
We love more diversity because it's something for me that I think is lacking in Naples. And diversity in all its forms, especially culinary as well.
Yes.
Restaurants, we have some friends like the folks at so it's
Old Vines?
Old Vines, yeah.
We love what the
They'll-
people is doing.
Mercado, they're really like taking care of serving wines by the glass, which lets people to have more access to different wines and doing these paired dinners. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We love Naples. I mean, are you gonna hit the question? We love Naples. I think it's growing so much.
Oh, the question
and it
is
helps so
speed
much what you're
questions.
doing.
Yes, it does definitely. I mean, because you also see that people is more open to travel. I think that COVID changed something on people's mind, and to me, people is traveling now more wisely as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, people don't want to waste time on. I mean, putting a trip together is not easy, and you don't want to spend half of your vacation looking at a map, trying to know how
Trying
to
to
get to
figure it out.
places, figure out things, because it's just a waste of time.
And then that makes it more stressful and
Yes. And to me, the role of a travel agent, like I am, is great. It just makes your life easier. Because as I said, it takes time to put an itinerary together.
Yeah.
These are good questions right here.
His are speed
No, because
questions.
Shay's laughing because I saw the paper right here and I picked it up and it's the quick
Oh, the
question.
quick questions?
Yeah.
Are we gonna...
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So Marie, it must have been meant to be because usually we don't have this right here. But so I've got 15 questions here.
Okay.
And it's almost kind of like a rapid fire type of questions. They're pretty random.
And what happened if I fail? Or is that answer
No,
the
it's
thing?
you owe us a tapas night.
Okay. We'll try
If you don't, you can answer anyway. You can answer. You don't have to answer. Whatever answer is a good answer. So
Okay.
all right. So what digital or software tools do you use daily to make your life easier?
Instagram,
iPhone or Android?
iPhone.
If you can only eat one thing for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Eat, fish,
Do you prefer winter or summer?
summer.
What is your favorite holiday?
I would think going to Africa.
You know,
No, your favorite
Holiday?
holiday.
like
Christmas. Oh, Christmas.
Christmas.
Yeah.
In Africa.
Well, no, I think Christmas in Spain.
In Spain. Do you prefer to relax at the beach or pool?
Beach,
Fifth Avenue or Mercado?
Mercado.
If you can only work 2 hours a week, what would you do in those 2 hours?
The same thing I'm doing now.
A book you'd recommend to read?
A book. Oh yes, there is one that is called The Green Leaf.
The Green Leaf?
I love tea, so that's a very good book to read.
Perfect. If you can have lunch with anyone, dead or alive, who would it be?
Tony.
I think that Tony knows who I'm saying. You can say it for me. Who would I have lunch with?
Oh.
your father?
No,
Your brother?
no,
Me?
no.
We-
I had lunch with you every day.
We actually, last time we asked...
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise.
I have to confess.
What's your favorite restaurant in Naples?
All vines.
Old Vines? Mm-hmm. When you think of the word successful, who comes to mind?
My husband.
If you can choose any other career path, what would it be?
Same one.
What's been
When you say her husband, Tony was like... we
He's a
can have a
very
camera.
He's a very successful person.
I love that, yeah.
What's been your best investment?
My best investment. I'm not a material person. I think that the time I put into my family.
What's a bad piece of advice you've heard people telling others?
You have to kill it. You have to go forward and do everything you need to do.
Perfect. Do you want to touch on anything that we maybe haven't spoke about yet regarding your business or future things coming up in the business?
The only thing I would say is that for those who haven't traveled or never tried the services of a travel agent, it's worth doing it. for the reasons we have explained before. Always make sure that you have clear in mind what you want, and I'm pretty sure that I will be able to deliver and go beyond your expectations, because that's normally the feedback we have from our clients. Like, it was worth the money, it was way beyond what we expected, and we will definitely travel with you again. So hiring a travel agent is I think it's a good decision, mostly for families when they have to put kids together through, let's say, a long period of time on a foreign country, foreign language that they may not speak. It helps a lot. Definitely makes your time, more enjoyable.
Right. Well, Maria, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me. It's been a pleasure.
Maria.
Thank you.